And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire. We're on round 206. We killed a bunch of units over the end turn. We have 9 decisions awaiting us. That's an easy decision. We're just going to hit confirm here. New demand. You want democracy to reach a particular value. I say nay, because we're going merit. Major versus minor. I think we're starting to run out of minor, so it probably would make sense to maybe focus a little bit more on major. But I think we've also got the cards we need, so it's really a matter of the balance here. I should check up on the Applied Council, see where they are in their research. New Oob. So we finished the old Oob. I believe Assault involves a tank. Heavy MG is just the MG one with an extra MG. Heavy Siege is a Siege one with an extra, well, with an extra artillery. Motorized Heavy Siege, the motorized variant of that. Light Armor, Armored Army. Heavy Armored Army. I think we'll do the Armored Army.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Get in some demands, calm them down. We do want to take the big city if we have the political power. Should probably have checked everything else before I did it. They're offering us to improve relations. Pay them money, they end up happier. Sure.
Roger that.
New commander for the 11th Infantry. Camp 3 or Camp... So either of the Cap 3s. Just take the higher capacity one.
Go.
And then we get to advancing in various places. So you're going to move to there, you're going to move to there, you're going to move to there. You're going to move there, there. Okay, we might as well... We've got attack point action capacity here. Should try to attack and drive these guys back. We've got them pretty much encircled.
Easy.
Got them down to a point at that point. Okay. We took 1 casualty doing that, so we'll go ahead and queue up the replacement. So that front's easy. At some point we'll need to bring professional troops down here to deal with that, but that is what that is. Over here, they're back in the ocean. Marching the spare troops north. Basically don't need to keep any of the other troops down here. Wheeled vehicles showing that they roll on roads real well. I think that's the U movement for here. This is the hex where we lost the fight, which maybe in hindsight doesn't surprise me too much. Though they didn't take the hex, so we're able just to walk back into the hex. Okay. And we're going to save up some of... Well, we're going to save up the colonists, potentially for setting up another colony to lower strain. Be surprised if we're suffering some strain in places, like 24% here is pretty bad. 10% here is pretty bad. Although our main industrial locations isn't really suffering any. 6, 1. Yeah, so it's just, this is the big outlier, and it's probably, well, the newest site is probably the one we need to deal with the first, which is the rail station here. So we probably want to make that into a colony first. That'll help a lot with the strain. And then bottleneck-wise, we cleared the bottleneck up at this point, so we can go ahead and say this place, for example, is going to be both a rare
Order
metals mine
acknowledged.
and a recycling plant.
Order acknowledged.
Construction-wise, I don't think we had any other delays. No, the metal mining facility is complete. That's a pretty decent metal mining facility, so we're just going to go ahead and queue an upgrade there.
Affirmative.
Port will complete next turn. Demilitarization plant's proceeding at speed. Volcanic power is proceeding at speed. I'll probably swap over to improving this one when we're done with the secondary one. And then it has been a turn, so the sea route is in. So we're going to move the infantry across as best as we can. We might not be able to push all of them across. And then if I do push all of them across, I will probably want to raise another brigade. Okay, we were able to push all of them across. That's probably the benefit of pushing for the bigger port facility. And you. I should have a card for the makeshift port. Makeshift port. We can target the sea zone, so that should spawn it in. Well, should give us an option of where to put it next turn. Obviously, we want it at the offload spot for the sea lane we just put in. And then that will become the center of a zone over here. Oh, and in fact, that should probably become the new zone. That should probably get prioritized over the railhead, or the rail station. And then SHQ, let's make sure I've got the SHQ set right. Zone pickup by sea, please. There we go. That way we can ship stuff back. We've got stuff outbound, but will we have stuff back? That allows us to do stuff back. Okay. Got a bunch of political power, but we're gonna hold on to most of it, I think. Yeah, we'll probably put the zoo and the commercial products in the new zone when we make it. And then obviously we're gonna build this up. And then we probably want to send one infantry corps one way, or one infantry brigade one way, one the other way, at least until we get into contact with Davis Fort, which is quite a way up here. So we got quite a bit of it easy to expand. Or Nelson State there. Cycling turn. Oh, and we're gonna obviously have to build a truck station over there, so lots to do. Okay, coming up is the non-aligned turn. This tends to be the bit of the turn that gets a bit spicy. Stuff starts happening. But it's also the last bit of the turn before it comes back around to us. A little bit of fighting. Oh, it looks like we lost a fight on a hex somewhere. Nothing super serious otherwise. Okay, here we are, round 207. We killed 200 infantry of the intern, we lost 200 ourselves. So it wasn't a particularly great turn, although this was militia. Of course, this was probably wildlife, so bit of a wash there. We have 4 decisions winning us. We've been offered an alliance. In this page, we have all the automation decks. Before I forget, I did not check up councils. Economics balance between discovery and research. Is there anything we're really looking to discover? High-speed rail, okay. Then military is pretty easy. We're working battle dress. Applied science is up to fuel efficiency 75, so it's time to call you up.
Roger
We've
that.
changed the research. Air Force is up to 61. Probably should have... In fact, should have called the fuel efficiency up sooner. But
Copy that.
change this one as well. Okay, we do probably want turbojet,
Copy
so
that.
we'll do that next. Applied science, we're up to 75 on fuel efficiency. Mining's maybe a little tempting. Fuel mix. We're gonna do fuel mix.
Roger that.
Asking for security cooperation. We're gonna say no. They're proposing an alliance. Got the political power for it. We'll come back. A makeshift port. There's one location. That location, I'm on board with it. Has been set up. Unit decisions. We can do the Camp 3 or the Camp 2, I think? Camp 1. We'll do the Camp 1 just to get him a job.
Yes.
And yeah, I think I will accept the alliance here.
Yes, sir.
We're going commerce, so it's not undue burden for us.
Proceed on firepower, sir. Going in. Mission successful.
Mission successful. Okay. So we'll probably swap those two going next turn. Can I build a road here? No. I think we will be able to next turn because of the makeshift port. Oop. That'd be a graphical bug. Yeah. Yeah. And bottleneck, no bottlenecks on the shipping across the way, so let's ship the second brigade across. Yeah. Next turn, we'll check to see if we can actually set up our truck hub slash the new zone here. Let's do bottom south first.
Enemy spotted. Easy.
Prepare for evasive maneuver. Get out!
Okay, so I could attack those guys. I'm going to hold off because I'd rather them not be able to escape to the west. And then we will continue the road expansion here. And on the Isthmus, move one of them back to keep that guy from coming ashore, and then we'll keep the advance down here going. Then up in this quadrant, we got everyone march north. Okay. We have these guys located on the road, but I think we're going to invert to get on the coastline. Like so. Okay, this is a place where we did lose the fight. Let's pop a different unit in there. And we got the trucks rolling up. But we're not technically at war with them yet. So we'll just encircle them for the moment. It isn't a necessity necessarily to start anything right now. We are probably going to attack the mutants at some point, or the mutants will attack us, one of the two. Yeah, we're going to drive up into the north as quickly as we can. There's a territory. Let's dump some spies into that territory.
Yes, sir.
So you know the contents of it are a little bit more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, saving up colonists, saving up. Well, maybe don't need to save up soldiers for the moment, but we're not going to recruit another brigade this turn, I think. Port's complete. energy plant's complete. Everything else is proceeding at speed. I do want to continue expanding power. Although at this point we probably have enough, but we'll have even more enough if we have volcanic energy plant 5 here.
Copy that.
And then we can basically power whatever we want to build, assuming we have the resources to build it. So I work on the demilitarization. We'll see what the metal income is. We might go for more demilitarization if things are going well. Or maybe I'll raise the brigades. I'm not sure which of the two will go for our next turn. Also depends on how the expansion over here is going. Yeah, if I do more brigades, I'm going to want more officers. So we'll hold on to the political power in case I need more officers. Okay, coming up on us on the non-line turn. Well, the non-line forces turn has come up, which we're usually just a little bit behind. So we should probably be getting to make a turn pretty quickly here. Seeing a little bit of motion, although no actual real major fighting yet. Okay, so this should be a pretty quiet end turn, although we're definitely primed for a couple fights in the next turn. Okay, we're on round 208. We had no real significant fighting over the last turn. We have 7 citizens awaiting us. Auction is opened up, so that's going to be one of the decisions, is how do we want to bid on that auction. We don't want democracy, we want merit. So I'm going to say no there. It's going to piss the faction off, but it is what it is. New advisor. I guess we'll make him the advisor. We're not really assigning advisors to people, so it doesn't really matter who the advisors are.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Leader recruitment. They provide sparse information other than he's a good sailor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Appoint a governor. Do I want to make the sailor the governor? No. Nation. Grab a civilian. A talent.
Yes, sir.
And a senior. Look out of those guys. Okay, that's one option. You're probably that sailor. Got camp 3. The camp 2. Yeah, I think the one we're represented here, the 44 suitability here is one I'm with. And the auction, we got money, so we're gonna bid. Hold on, we're gonna like 10x it.
Order received.
We may still lose that bid. Surprised we do. And that was the MTA or the zone for this place. So it automatically made a zone for us. That works. Kind of works for me.
Going in.
These guys are probably amphibious, so we
No harm?
could probably drive them
Yeah,
back into the
right.
sea, which wouldn't necessarily be ideal. But
Enemy spotted.
We need
someone
no
there.
firepower, sir. Going in. Mission successful.
okay. I'm gonna raise a independent. Machine gun unit here. There it is. Go for regiment size. So regiment machine guns to hold the landing zone. And then can I dump colonists here? I can dump colonists here, so let's do that.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
As workers, who are going to immediately get assigned jobs to build, so we're going to build a truck station.
Acknowledged.
Which should build in a turn. And then we're going to start building some government buildings. Do I have enough to run all the ones I want, construction-wise? Probably.
Acknowledged. Confirming
So
orders.
we'll build a full set here.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders. Acknowledged. Confirming orders. Acknowledged. Confirming orders. Acknowledged. Confirming orders. Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Okay. As these guys expand out, we should be able to expand in all the directions. We may technically have a little bit of danger here, but it'll probably be fine. Okay, so that's that front.
Enemy spotted. Report.
Okay, there's a guy there. Can we attack the guy there? Yes.
Advancing.
This way, when we attack the other one, we can at least just make sure we're destroying it something.
Let's go.
Go.
It was less there than I was actually hoping, but it is what it is. Okay, that's that front.
Enemy spotted.
Mission successful.
Okay, they're back into the sea. Bulk moving troops up. Again, we're not necessarily at war with these guys, so don't need to start a conflict right now. Instead, we just leave them encircled and move off the surplus units. And then when the conflict starts, we just open fire. It's basically the plan.
Enemy spotted.
Whoop, lost a tank,
No harm.
face rolling.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
lost 3 tanks. Ouch. Yeah, we lost quite a few of those tanks. Ambush is hurt. Ambush is hurt. All I gotta say about that. Yeah, I think that's it for the turn, unless I want to get some more construction in. And maybe because I just queued so much up, I probably shouldn't necessarily put a bunch in, although we'll continue the metal mine. Well, I'm not going to put anything new in, I'm just going to sort of continue old stuff, so... That's done, so a new thing. Recycling facility will leave, rare metal will leave. And then yeah, everything else is ongoing or new, and we'll leave it that way. Mining, let's check to make sure there's nothing running out that we should upgrade. 7,000 is decently in the future, and that's a accessibly 1, so when that hits 0, it's gone. Okay. Prospecting. We don't think we can find anything except for in the news zone. Probably does make sense to do a check in the news zone.
Order received.
And an oil deposit. That it? That is it. Okay. Victory-wise, we're up to 23.5. We're not growing super fast. But we're still growing. I think we're growing faster than everyone else as well.
Standing by for
Copy
orders.
that. Copy that.
And then we'll do more exploration with spies.
Yes, sir.
That's a new
Yes, sir.
miner. Let's find out who they are. That's a miner.
Yes,
Granted,
sir.
that's a territory, so it's not going to be more people we can unify with. But
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we got Cells, Nelson, Zethro, Davisfort that we know about. For majors, miners. We got an Imperium here that we can go ahead and offer. Do I not have a... There's a proposed peace. So I'd say, do we not have a peace? There we go. Critical success. We got peace with them. The mutants aren't going to negotiate, or we're not able to negotiate with them even if they are. That's oh, that's the Arachnids. The Arachnids will eat diplomats. Oh, they don't negotiate with them. So, no dice today. So we did them, and it's territory, 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 and the Arachnids. So yes, one more miner that we've located. Oh, we're 350,000 people. So that's probably the missing people. That's the unaccounted for people. So it would be good to establish a link up with them, which is kind of the direction we're going here, driving up around the lake through the territory here. So the Mercanteers and the Ferals are in our way, and will have to be dealt with so we can get to the Confeds over here. Hopefully they're not at war with Davisfort yet. I don't think they are. I think they're being sort of protected by the fact there's a bunch of slavers in the way. Let's cycle the turn. Look at the time. I think this is going to be the last end turn of this part. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll probably be another part up tomorrow. We're going to record 2 more parts today, assuming I am still reasonably awake at the end of the next part. Into that, we're just going to watch and see what happens this turn. Not expecting anything interesting, at least not until we get to Then on line turn, although the Pharaohs could, I suppose, declare war on us, they're not really in a good position to wage that war successfully, but they could declare. Okay, so this is the non-aligned portion of the turn. We're seeing a little bit of fighting, a little bit of movement, but I think we should be able to get the situation under control pretty quickly in most locations. It'll be around to us pretty soon. And it looks like that is a second hostile sea, so I probably will need to bring another brigade over fairly quickly. Just to cover the northern front. Cover the lake, basically. Okay, here we are, round 209. We killed 800 infantry. We have 8 decisions. And we're going to pick up with this round in the next part. If you're watching on YouTube, that will be the part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break to stretch the legs and sip some tea, and then we'll be back to recording. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.